to another episode of Mindset Monday. I hope you had a wonderful day and I hope that you are enjoying this month, February. February is classified or is celebrated as Love Month. So today, and for the entire month of February, we will be dealing with the subject of love. Love. Just saying the word love brings on such wonderful warmth and gets the heart, pumping in a nice way. Love. February 14th is Valentine's Day, but the entire month of February is referred to as Love Month. Just to give you a little synopsis, there are different types of love. And I think there's about seven, but for what I'm going to deal with the entire month, I'm going to center around four of them. One is philia, deep friendship. The other one is agape, which is love for everyone. The other one is Felicia. I can pronounce it very well. And the other one is Storge. Storge. That's family love, love for family. The Philithia love I'm going to be dealing with today, which is self love, love for self. And let me just go back to where love starts from. The Bible, our wisdom book, tells me that God is love. Not was or will be, but God is love. And if God is love and God is our source, that tells me that we are enveloped in love. We are produced from love. That means we are not inefficient or deficient of love, but we have love in abundance. So we don't have to go look for love left or right. We already have love to share with the world. So, this love month, I just want to remind us that we have the love that comes from God, our source. And we have a whole heap of it that just springs forth, that just blossom, that just spreads. So we have love. No need to go look for love. All we need to do is to look for ways how to share the love we already have. Share the love with our family, share the love with our friends. But I want to bring you home to love of self. One of the things I realize that with a lot of us, we tend to look for love or we tend to love others and we pay no attention to ourselves. Mark you, I'm not talking about being self centered, but self love is not being self centered. Self love is understanding that God, our source, He is love. And if we come from that source, we have love and we have enough love to share with our friends, our family, our husband, wife. We have love to share with our coworkers. We have love to share with the entire world. Then we will realize that there's no need for wars and there's no need for sabotage. There is no need to hurt because if love is flowing from the vine and we are a part of love, all we have to do is just to spread love. just to share love, just to let love be. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. Let love flow. I'm going to take you back to where I came from. Back in the Caribbean, we have the houses that we have a gutter on top of the roof. And when it rains, that that's one aspect of being back in the Caribbean that I love as a child. Whenever it rains, it was my joy, my younger sister Laverne, and some other cousins we have. When we run to the mango tree and we get those mangoes and we fall in the mud and we're so muddy, when that we go under that gutter that is way up on the ceiling. We go under that gutter and there's a whole gush of water that's just coming down. And we stand under that gutter and we just bathe ourselves. It is so refreshing. After we run for the mango, we may eat the mango and we are all the yellow on our mouth and the rain is still falling, of course. And we just go under that gutter, wash ourselves off, and feel so good. That reminds me of when we think of God is love. It's not a little bit of love that we receive. Think about that water that's just flowing, that's just coming down on us, that heavy rainfall, that gutter water just running down. OMG. That love, that's love that God has bestowed on us. So the love coming from the source, coming to us, and then flowing through us, we have enough love to share. So self love, that's what I'm dealing with. It's PHILAUTIA. Philatia. Correct me. I'll get the spelling maybe by next week. But self love. So self love begins with understanding that we are we have a source, which is God, and we are created in his image, and we are created with all the capabilities to succeed, all the capabilities to have our freedom. We have abundance. We don't need to be looking for abundance. We already have it. We just need to express it by doing, being who we were created to be. So, as we're talking about self love, we are not inadequate. We are sufficient. We are abundant beings. We were created with abundance. We are created loving, desirable. We are God's creation. It brings me back to Genesis when God finished creating everything. Matter of fact, everything was created before man came on the scene. And every time, one day of creation, God says, that's good. And then I jump to Psalm where David in one of the Psalms said, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And when I think about that, I am looking at not a itsy bitsy, just a flippant word. I know what anything that God does, it's exceptional. So when David says, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, I don't think he just said it like that. I think he said, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works. So he said it with an attitude. What I'm actually saying is that I am a bag of chips and more. So if you don't think that I am, I know I am. So whether you think otherwise, it does not change who I am. What is that saying? Your worth, my worth, is not contingent on what someone else says. My worth is contingent on my source, which is God. So if someone say, I don't think she is, I don't think you are. No, the difference between thinking and knowing, there's a vast difference from like the east from the west. So from this day forward, if you had it even an itsy bitsy doubt about your worth, grab a hold of yourself and realize that you are all that and more. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So I'm going to just go in a little corner, just turn a little corner just to show you something right now. When God created us, we were created already full. But society and everything else tend to pull on us and tend to make us feel as if we are inadequate, we are insufficient, and we are nobodies. But it's time for us to realize that we are all that and more. And I'm going to use the analogy of this little container and this saucer. So we always hear that we we are servers. We serve much and we deserve much. But how can we serve when we are thinking that we are not adequate or we feel depleted because of the pressures of life and the wear and tear of the things we go through? It's time to replenish. It's time to re energize ourselves and reignite that fire that is in us, that we can draw from that love, that the love that's coming from our divine source, which is God, will flow through us, will flow to us. And so we can share from a place of abundance, which of course we are. But sometimes we tend to be burdened because of the many things that happen to us. So let me show you a little something here. So you may feel as if you are depleted. And so you may feel as if you're no longer full anymore. But in order to serve and to give of your best, you need to replenish, you need to re energize. So that's why I keep saying, let's go back to the source. Let's figure out where we are falling short. Let's figure out what went wrong. All we need to do is to remember that we were created in God's image and God's likeness. And He did not create any half, He created an entire being. Anything God does is well done. So we have all our capabilities, we have all our senses. So therefore, we can give love, we can share love, and we can receive because we are an entire being. So I'm feeling down and out because someone left me. They did not take your love. You still have enough love to give. You still have enough love to share. you still have enough love to go on throughout your life. So let's regroup and realize that, yeah, he didn't take my love. She didn't take my love. She may have caused me grief because of the lies and the betrayal and all of that. But she didn't take my love. He didn't take my love. Yes, they may have said hurtful things, they may have done hurtful things, but the love that you receive from God, our source, you still have it. You have enough to share. I remember a couple of weeks ago, one of my acquaintance said that I will never love again. I said, "What are you talking about?" So you're telling me that because you were hurt, your love has been depleted and there is no love left in you? Yeah. I said, then you're telling me that you created yourself. So when I was able to break it down to her and share with her that love comes from God, and if love comes from God and God is our source, our love can never be depleted. Never be depleted. The things we go through, we may feel hurt, we may feel down, we may feel really, really bad. But we just need to realize that, hey, these things happen in life. While we are alive, we will be hurt, we will be betrayed, we will be loved, and we will give love. So, all of the above will happen to us while we are alive. We will lose loved ones and we will cry and we will feel the pain of that loved one separating from us. But the love that we have has not been depleted. We just need to get up, strengthen ourselves, go through the seasons of life, whether it's hurt and you grieve through the hurt, whether it's the loss of a loved one, grieve through the loved one, but your love has never been depleted. So you go through sadness, and sadness make you feel insecure. Sadness sometimes make you feel inadequate, make you feel yucky, but that's one emotion that God has created so we can go through the seasons of life and regroup and revitalize and get up again, that we can share the love that we have. So let me go back to my illustration. So you may think you have nothing, no love, but after you regroup and you sometimes the things you go through, you may have to go through counselor and all of the above. But when you regroup and you realize that you now have replenished, you now have revitalized, you now have regained your strength, your inner strength, you are now able to serve more and deserve more. So, what's happening right here? Your cup is full and it is flowing over on the saucer right here. I hope you can see it. So, you are filled and running over, and you are now able to serve from your overflow and give back to humanity what you were created to give. Because we all have something to give. But when we are feeling down and out, we tend to pull away from society, we tend to pull away from our loved ones, we tend to pull away. But it's a good thing to pull away, but not just to stay, to pull away and regroup, pull away and replenish, pull away and revitalize, and then you can serve from your overflow. Serve from your overflow. So when you replenish, when you revitalize, when you re energize, you're able to serve from the overflow. And then people will say, "Oh my God, you're back." So we want you back so you can serve from your overflow. You can serve. And when you serve, you deserve. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, "Give and it shall be given. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men give into your bosom." And giving doesn't necessarily have to be tangible. When you give love, it comes back because God is our source. He is always giving. We are connected to source, so there is no way that the stream or the vine will be dried. No way. So we give and we are replenished. So continue to give love, continue to share love, continue to spread love, continue to overflow. Let that love goes viral. Share love, give love. No one can ever take your love from you. Nobody. Your love will always remain with you. You share, you give, you share. You will always have love. Let love flow. Let it flow. Like the fountain of water that I share with you, coming from that gutter on top of the roof, and we stand under that gutter of water and it just bathes us. Let that love flow. Make sure you're connected to the vine, which is God, our source, that the love will flow. And when we go through challenges of life, it's the love that we have in us, the love that flows through us. Even when we go through sad times, even when we go through distress, even when we go through hurt, we go through the seasons making sure that we take care of whatever is happening in our lives. Some things that we go through, we need external help, we need support. And with that support, it brings us back to center. It brings us back to knowing and understanding that we have love, knowing that we share love, knowing that love flows to us and through us so we can share with humanity. When we understand and appreciate and accept, I am sure you will go through each day feeling better about yourself. Because when we feel better about ourselves, we treat others much better. Another scripture said, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy soul, thy might, thy strength, and thy neighbor, in I'm paraphrasing, in the same degree you love yourself. So when we love ourselves, we will treat the other person better. When we love ourselves, we will treat someone the same way we want to be treated because we know that we're all equal. So we love and we know that person deserves love. So let's cherish that love we have. Let's start paying attention to ourselves. First, loving ourselves. Let's forgive ourselves because we have a tendency of forgiving others and we hold things against ourselves and we cannot move on. We cannot express the love that God has given to us. So let's think about what we have done to ourselves. Let's think about what we have done. We haven't forgiven ourselves. What is it in the past that we have done that we cannot forgive ourselves? It's time to look at who we are and go back and figure out where we have unforgiveness against ourselves and forgive ourselves. Laugh at yourself. After you forgive, just laugh and realize how many years I carried this stupidness. Look at it as stupidness. It may not seem as if it's stupidness because it is hanging over your head, but forgive yourself and start loving who you are. Start expressing, start giving God thanks for the beautiful masterpiece that He's created. With all my flat nose, my kinky eyes, my everything, I give God thanks for every part of me, every single part of me, everything, every part of me. I just love what God has done, and I'm giving Him thanks, and I'm loving me. And in loving me, the love is flowing through me so it can affect anyone that comes around me. Love is infectious. Let the love flow. Let it flow. I'm just going to read some of the comments that's coming in on YouTube. Theda said, "We are indeed created in God's image." Sister Sharon said, "Filled and overflow with love to share with others." Yes. Yes, Theda. Yes, Sister Sharon. Anne Marie says, "It refreshes and revitalizes." Serenia says, "Yes, love, self forgiveness." So when we forgive self, we can look at ourselves in the mirror and realize that we are worth much more than what we think, much more than what we were expressing before, much more than what we even thought of. The things that happen in our past, the things that happen in our childhood, the things that happen even while we're adults, the things that we accept about ourselves that are lies, we need to understand that we are created in God's image to love, to give love, to share love, and to allow the love of God to permeate our being and spread to humanity. And it will make the world a better place. So let love flow from the tip of your finger to the tip of your toe, from the crown of your head to the tip of your toe. Let it flow. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Let love flow. Because we are connected to divine and it flows to us. God, our source, and we are recipient of that love that's bubbling inside of us, waiting for avenues to just share, waiting for areas to just share. So, as we close this segment of Mindset Monday, are you willing to allow yourself to feel the love that's coming from God? Feel the love that's coming to you. Our source, Jesus Christ, died for us that we can be recipient of this love. Love, such wondrous love that God should love a sinner such as I, How wonderful is love like this? So cherish the love, embrace the love, accept the love that you can share with others so that this world will be a better place. But it starts from us. It starts from, as Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and realize that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You may see yourself as having flaws, but they're not flaws. They are our unique traits that God uses to distinguish each and every one of us. Even identical twins have traits that differs from one another. So we are unique with everything that we have on us. Our DNA is different. Everything about us. We have resemblance based on the family lineage we're from, but we are unique in our personhood. We are lovely, awesome creation that God is just waiting for us to understand and to share our uniqueness with the world to make it a better place. Until next week, this is Miriam Edwards, your mindset coach, reminding you to let the love flow. Next week, we'll have a panel and we'll be dealing with another aspect of love. Have a wonderful week as you let the love flow.